Whiskey 3 Alpha Papa Alpha.
Whiskey 3 Alpha Papa Alpha. Roger. And what's the name there?
Tony here, 12 miles south of Pittsburgh, QSO.
Roger, Tony. Why don't you tell me about your antenna system for about 10 seconds, and let me look for a better path, Roger.
Okay, I got one.
Let me look for a better path, Roger.
Okay, I got one of those kits from ARRL, 66-foot wire, and wrapped it all around a donut and made a few solders in there and strung it up on two 20-foot poles. I'm doing 200 watts on a wire. Roger?
Roger, Tony. Well, I got my Milford PA SDR up, and you're just about 20 over there, so I really have a fine copy on you now. If you're interested in our setup procedure, it starts with you, well, let's see, what radio are you running today, Tony?
I'm on a Yaesu FTDX-5000 MP Limited, Roger.
Alrighty, and so the beginning of our setup procedure would be to verify that you're in that wide transmit bandwidth, 100 to 2900, Roger.
Transmit bandwidth, 100 to 2900, Roger.
I have it set at 300-2900 right now, over.
Well, the critical thing is the 2900. So you're there, and you are rolling the bottom end, and I'm assuming that you mean to do that. And I'm glad that you realize that you can keep the top end, because that's where all the audio articulation is. And when you normally that 300 setting, I think is 2700 to 300 or something like that. But you're maintaining that 2900, which is just excellent. Roger, Roger.
But you're maintaining that 2900, which is just excellent. Roger, Roger.
Hey, Roger, Roger. Yeah, I'm just curious to hear what I sound like. I know you record that stuff and put it on the air on YouTube. Roger?
Yes, sir. We are recording now, and if you would be interested in our setup procedure, we could probably get you a few more levels of volume there, nice and clear. One of the things, the first thing is compression on at a 3. That's a 3 out of 10 or 30 out of 100, depending on how it's labeled. It's a token amount. You'll never hear it on the air, but it helps us arrive at our 3 dB dynamic range at the end of the setup, Roger.
It helps us arrive at our 3 dB dynamic range at the end of the setup, Roger.
Hey, Roger that. Okay, I just turned it up to a 3 there. Over. And, sir?
Yes, sir. Now move to your ALC with mic gain in hand. And as you say the magic word audio, the first part of that word audio, you become a human test tone generator, and you're setting a level, you're setting an acoustic level into an electronic level and to your ALC. So with mic gain in hand, and as you say the word audio, adjust your mic gain until your ALC is reading 2/3. Roger?
Adjust your mic gain until your ALC is reading 2/3. Roger?
Okay, I just flipped the switch here. Audio. Okay, wait a minute, I'm over. Oh, when I talk like this, it's about 2/3. When I go audio, it's right to the end of the blue. Over.
Well, don't stress it. Just say the word like you would say any other word in a QSO. Just the same level. Don't stress it. Like that. Just say the word and adjust your mic level until your ALC is 2/3. And also the position that you are in, like you normally are in a QSO. Don't get closer or further away from the microphone. It's just a very natural way of setting your level.
From the microphone, it's just a very natural way of setting your level.
Roger that. Yeah, this right here is usually the way I talk right now. And I'm right up against the mic. I got a PR781 Howe mic on a boom with one of them windscreens, and I just put my nose right up against it and talk. Roger?
Yes, sir. And I would keep my ALC out. my ALC meter out, and so you can look at that. I mean, you've got to have something to do. You know, the sweet spot on that ALC meter is 2/3. That is to the right of mid-scale, 2/3. And I would just keep observation of that ALC meter as I'm QSOing, and you know, you might have to adjust it slightly for 2/3 in that sweet spot, but you know, over a period of time, man, you just develop a relationship with your ALC meter, Roger.
Develop a relationship with your ALC meter, Roger.
Yeah, Roger. Okay, I'm looking at it now, and yeah, it's fluctuating, but that's about where it's at. 2/3, maybe 4/5, somewhere in that area there, depending on how you know, the peaks there. Over.
Yes, sir. Now, do you know where your EQ page is? Yes, sir. Now, do you know where your EQ page is?
Do I know where what is?
Your equalization page, your tone control.
Your equalization page, your tone control.
Yeah, I have it on the EQ now. I can turn it off. Hold on.
Now we leave it on. That's what we want, but we want to just increase the treble boost just a tad, maybe 2 clicks hotter on the treble side, depending on what kind of EQ you're running, Roger.
On the treble side, depending on what kind of EQ you're running, Roger.
Okay, well, I shut it off. I'm not running it now. Hold on a minute.
Now,
It's back on now. It lit up on the screen, you know, but I'd have to go in my menu and get the book and look at how the settings are. Over.
Yes, so it's very close. I just you know, would prefer just a little more intelligibility. The thing is, you know, the problem with Mother Nature is that from time to time she decides to take all your top end away. She decides to bend your, you know, everything that we do, it travels by skywave and depends on the bounce to get to where it's going. And sometimes Mother Nature pulls a cruel prank and lets part of it blow by and then decides to bend it at a later time, and when it comes back and joins the original that was bent at an earlier point, it comes back. It could be slightly out of phase or it could be very out of phase, and it always starts to cancel from the top down. So you have this great, beautiful, you know, wide audio spectrum transmission audio wise, and then all of a sudden Mother Nature just takes all the top end out and you're left with you know, Mr. Bassman, Roger.
And you're left with you know, Mr. Bassman, Roger.
Copy that. So you say I should be on the high end, 2 clicks up. Is that a Roger?
Yes, sir. You want to make sure that you have plenty of top end content, that you could lose some and still be very articulated, and folks can still understand what you're saying, Roger.
Articulated, and folks can still understand what you're saying, Roger.
Okay, I went to 200-28. Does that make is that worse than I was before? Or should I go back to 327-27 higher?
I thought you were 300-2900.
I thought you were 300-2900.
You know, you can select, even though you're in that wide mode, you can select 300 instead of 100 on your bottom end. Yeah, it'd be 29 on the top and roll at 300 on the bottom. You can manually set those.
And roll at 300 on the bottom. You can manually set those.
Okay. Yeah, I'd have to think how to do that. See, I'm just, the way it's set now, it's 327. So you want it 29. I have to go in the menu and see how to do that. Over.
Well, it should be settings, and then transmit sideband, then you're into it, you know, and the first thing would be your TBW. That's your transmit bandwidth, and it would normally come up as 100 to 2900 as the preferred wide spectrum thing, but you can make that, you can manually adjust that bottom frequency to 300 instead of 100. So you're 2900 on the top and just make an adjustment for 300 on the bottom, Roger.
And just make an adjustment for 300 on the bottom, Roger.
Okay, this is 100, 2900 right here. This is by me turning a knob here on the radio. This is 100-2900 without going in the menu and changing anything, over.
Yes, sir. That's beautiful. I would run it just like that. That is the best way to run that radio, as far as the radio being able to realize all of its potential. 100 to 2900. Now you can, you know, a lot of radios, maybe you can go up to 3.55, you know, on up there. But the problem is, the wider you get, the more inclined you are to have visitors with pitchforks, Roger.
Inclined you are to have visitors with pitchforks, Roger.
Okay, hold on a minute. I know what you're saying. I'm gonna do that for a second here. Hold on.
That's the best I've ever heard that radio.
Okay, this is as wide as it'll go. This is the far top end. I'm gonna go back to 100-2900. Roger.
Yes, sir. That's the best way, and you can get. The thing is, with 100 to 2900, you've got a beautiful field there for, you know, doing the EQ thing. 2900 is plenty of bandpass to be able to get your top end just beautiful, Roger. You don't have to technically exceed the 2900 to get a nice top end.
Exceed the 2900 to get a nice top end.
Nah, Roger that. Yeah, I think that, what does that do? Gives it more punch when you're, you know, you want to break through a cluster on one of those, you know, when everybody's trying to get through to a station there, over.
Well, that's part of it, but just technically from a transmitter standpoint, what you're doing is trying to get the width of the bandpass to where, you know, you can have some articulation, but not to the point that you're getting over into somebody else's front yard, you know, as far as splattering. So 100 to 2900 is a nice broad width that you can get all the quality you want from the top end, you know, from your EQ, and like I say, a plus 2 clicks additional in your case would just be beautiful, Roger. And actually, now that you're up to 29, it's really closest to whether you would need those plus 2 clicks treble boost, Roger, because you're much more top end articulated now at 29 as you were at 27, Roger.
Now at 29 as you were at 27, Roger.
Ah, Roger. Okay, well, I'll have to, like I said, find my glasses somewhere and get the book and, you know, jump through some of the settings. And I'll have to get back to you, I guess. You're on, what, every what, day, or just on Fridays, or how does that work, over?
Just on Friday afternoons from 3:30 till 5, and you can easily do those 2 clicks treble boost. Do you know what kind of an equalizer you have?
Clicks treble boost. Do you know what kind of an equalizer you have?
No, I don't. It's just built in a radio. You know, it comes with 5000. I'm not sure if there's a name, or, I mean, how would I find that out? It just says EQ, and then if I click it again, it goes to processor. But I know it does have three levels of setting. There's like a high, a mid, that's usually 0, and then there's the low end, like 1, 2, and 3, and I think that's the bass part, over.
Yes, sir. So that's called a 3-band EQ, a bass, mid-range, and treble. And the whole idea behind an equalizer is to strike a balance from the mid-range to the top and from the mid-range to the bottom. And because of that, you want your mid-range flat. Because if you boost the mid-range, it's so much harder for the treble to catch up for EQ and the bass to catch up to the mid-range for EQ. So you want the mid-range to be flat. And then, since it's a 3-band, in your case, everything stays the same except on your treble. 2 clicks additional boost from where you are. Roger?
2 clicks additional boost from where you are. Roger?
Yeah, copy that. Yeah, I think it default is 0, so I guess that's flat, as you're saying it. Yeah, I'm pretty sure the mids on all of them is 0. It says default. Over.
Yes, sir. I'm just saying that leave everything the same as it is, except 2 clicks push additional from where you are on your treble control. Roger?
Additional from where you are on your treble control. Roger?
Yeah, okay. All right. I'll have to go in and see what the setting is. And you're on till when? I think I heard you say every Friday till 5 or something, or 4. It's almost that now over here. Anyway, I don't know where you're at. Over.
Yes, sir. Well, we run between 3:30 and 5. Record live 3:30 till 5, and then post it up on YouTube. So if you want to hear what your radio sounds like at the moment, you could go to YouTube, do a call letter search for Kilo Charlie 9 Victor Kilo Victor, followed by the word logbook, and that will take you to this recording. It's cut number 1 in a series of 2,500 Qso-Vlog air check recordings, and I'll have it uploaded by noon tomorrow. Roger?
Recordings, and I'll have it uploaded by noon tomorrow. Roger?
Oh, okay. Yeah, that sounds good. Yeah, I grabbed the book now. I found my glasses, and with the EQ on, right?
Yes, sir. Now I just switched over to my local receiver. There's a difference between SDR receivers and local receivers. Mine is good from 100 to 2900. And talk to me just for a moment. Let me listen to you on my receiver.
Okay, I'll just go through the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. How's that?
Yes, sir. There's about, like on an SDR, it rolls out at about 200 cycles. All SDRs roll out at about 200 cycles. On my local receiver, it's good down to 100 cycles. You have plenty of bottom end. You just need a little more top end to balance. Roger, Roger.
Okay, you said I need some top end. Let's see, it's 153 EQ level. Default settings 5. I got it on -5. So let me make a few adjustments here.
Now wait before you do anything. You want everything the same. You just want to add 2 clicks top end boost, 2 clicks bass. 2 clicks treble boost from where you are. Everything else is the same. Just treble boost, 2 clicks.
Okay, roger. There's 2 clicks right there. Do anything? Over.
Yes, sir. We have somebody playing with a CW pedal.
Yes, sir. We have somebody playing with a CW pedal.
Yeah, you got them clowns everywhere.
Yes, sir. More than that. But we used to have certain programs that would help these people. But I guess when we cut back for mental health, a lot of people got left out in the cold. Roger.
For mental health, a lot of people got left out in the cold. Roger.
Yeah, roger that. Okay, I made an adjustment. How's it sound now? Is that any better or is that worse?
Oh, I love it. I think you'll love it. And I have a chevron on the right side that will tell you exactly where I am and where the audio is coming from. It has 4 internet SDRs plus my local receivers, and so you can tell exactly where I am there. And then there's a spectrum analyzer also on the set that has, by way of information, it has a white mark on the left side, which denotes 100 cycles, and it has 2 white marks on the right side. First one out from the right is 1 KC. There's a black space, which is 2 KC, and the second white mark is 4 KC on the right. Roger?
And the second white mark is 4 KC on the right. Roger?
Yeah, roger that. Okay, there, how's that? Does that sound any better? Over?
Oh, it sounds perfect. Sounds perfect. Get the Gorilla Tape out and taper down.
Sounds perfect. Sounds perfect. Get the Gorilla Tape out and taper down.
Yeah, I'll put some Gorilla Glue on, or tape. I think that's your... I've heard you say that in the past. Gorilla Tape, Roger?
Oh, yes, sir. Now, you know, they're making the 4-inch stuff now, man. That sucker really holds.
They're making the 4-inch stuff now, man. That sucker really holds.
What, that's definitely an improvement. I was turning the wrong setting. I turned this up, I think it's 300 now instead of 200. It went from whatever that to 2900. I'm pretty sure that's what it is right now, however.
All right, so it used to be, well, I don't know what it used to be. Normally, it's 100 to 2900. That's a normal wide setting that we prefer folks run. But you can change those parameters, particularly on the bottom side for you, and make it 300 instead of 100. So you would be running 300 to 2900, Roger?
100. So you would be running 300 to 2900, Roger?
Yeah, roger that. Okay, yeah, I'm back on that bandpass 100-29, but I turned that other setting up to 300. I think you said it was perfect or whatever.
Yes, sir. I would leave it again. Get the tape and taper down. That's perfect, just the way it is. Don't change a thing, Roger.
That's perfect, just the way it is. Don't change a thing, Roger. Contact.
Hey, okay. And you say tomorrow around noon. Good. I want to hear what I do. I actually want to hear what this radio sounds like with this microphone and, you know, the whole 9 yards there. Over?
Yes, sir, and there's a contact out there. Contact, go ahead.
Yes, sir, and there's a contact out there. Contact, go ahead.
Hey, Tony, spot on. I've never heard that radio, so, I mean, the bass is nice and warm, mid and high emphasis is perfect. Like you said, nail it down, don't ever touch it again. It sounds phenomenal.
Hey, Roger. Thanks, Rich. Yeah, Jim, that's a local out here where I live, over.
Yes, sir. A discerning local talent. Roger.
Yes, sir. A discerning local talent. Roger.
Yeah, he's about as local as you could get. He's right across the river from where I'm at, one hill to the other, over.
Yes, sir. Well, when he paddles, you get a wake in the water, Roger.
Yes, sir. Well, when he paddles, you get a wake in the water, Roger.
Yeah, there you go.
All righty, we got to get out of here, sir. It's been a pleasure. Hope you've enjoyed it. And again, we'll be posting this on YouTube by noon tomorrow, Roger.
Again, we'll be posting this on YouTube by noon tomorrow, Roger.
Yeah, copy that. Yeah, we doubled. Okay. All right. Thanks, Jim.
Roger. So, I see by the clock on the wall, there's a dead fly. Ooh, so we got to get out of here. Again, since 3:30 we've been recording live, and if you've participated and wanted to hear your audio, if you go to YouTube and do a call letter search for Kilo Charlie 9, Victor, Kilo Victor, followed by the word logbook, will take you to this recording. It'll be cut number 1 in a series of 2,500, and we'll have it uploaded by noon tomorrow. So, with that being said, we will be clear and turn the frequency back to normal amateur radio use. This is Kilo Charlie 9, Victor, Kilo Victor, clear.